Have you ever wondered what truly makes someone genius? Is it because they are born with a different kind of brain? Or do they hold a hidden secret in the way they think and learn? In this video, we'll reveal the biggest secrets of the world's most brilliant minds. These secrets are not about high IQ or genetic miracles, but about mindset, habits, and approaches to learning and life that anyone can adopt. The first secret: they were not born geniuses. Many people believe that Einstein, Newton, or Elon Musk showed signs of brilliance from birth. But the truth is quite different. Einstein was a late talker. Edison was expelled from school for being unfit to learn. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. What does this tell us? That intelligence is not fixed. It's not a gift from above. It's something that grows. And that's what we call the growth mindset. Growth mindset is the belief that a person's abilities can improve through effort, learning, and persistence. In a famous study by Carol Dweck of Stanford University, children with a growth mindset performed significantly better than those who believe intelligence is fixed from birth. Geniuses believe that failure is part of the learning process. They do not avoid challenges. In fact, they seek them because they understand that's where growth happens. They are not afraid to look foolish, because to them, looking foolish today is better than staying ignorant forever. The second secret: they learn actively and deeply. Geniuses don't just read a book or watch a video and move on. They process, reflect, ask questions, and even challenge the information they encounter. They are not passive learners. They are active ones. While average people read to remember, geniuses read to understand. They often use techniques like the Feynman technique, explaining a topic in simple terms as if teaching it to someone else. This isn't just memorization. It's deep comprehension. Geniuses also form connections between ideas. They don't see knowledge as isolated subjects, but as a web of interlinked concepts. For example, Leonardo da Vinci didn't just paint. He studied anatomy, mathematics, and physics, and applied all of it in his art. That's what made his work timeless. The third secret: they manage their time and focus with discipline. Many assume creativity comes in spontaneous bursts, but in reality, many geniuses follow strict routines. They create dedicated time for deep, uninterrupted thinking. Bill Gates, for instance, has a habit called Think Week, a time reserved for reading, writing, and deep reflection away from digital distractions. This isn't luck, it's strategy. Geniuses understand that focus is a scarce resource. To develop big ideas, they need clear, deep thinking time, not just busy multitasking. The fourth secret: they are not afraid to be different. Geniuses often don't follow the crowd. They think differently, act differently, and are sometimes labeled as strange by those around them. But it's precisely their courage to be different that gives them an edge. Nikola Tesla was often ridiculed for his crazy ideas. Yet many of the technologies we enjoy today, like alternating current, stem from his mind. Geniuses don't seek social approval. They seek truth and solutions. Being different takes courage because society is more comfortable with the familiar. But geniuses understand that true innovation never comes from comfort or conformity. They nurture an endless curiosity and are unafraid of being seen as weird. The fifth secret: they never stop asking questions. Albert Einstein once said, "I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious." This is the core trait of all geniuses: an insatiable curiosity. They don't just accept information, they question everything. Why does this work this way? What were done differently? What impact could it have on the world? These kinds of questions are what lead to great discoveries. Curiosity is the primary fuel for innovation, and geniuses cultivate it from an early age, not just in their field of study, but in everything they encounter in life. The sixth secret: they see failure as a process, not an endpoint. Most people fear failure because they see it as a sign of weakness. But geniuses see failure as a vital part of the path to success. To them, failure isn't an enemy, it's a teacher. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a genius. Every mistake is data. Every failure is a clue guiding them closer to the answer. In a genius's world, there's no such thing as total failure, only experiments. They keep trying, testing, evaluating, and improving. That's what keeps them moving forward while others give up. The seventh secret. They choose environments that stimulate their minds. Environment influences thinking. Geniuses are aware of this, and they actively create or choose spaces that stimulate their mental performance. Some choose quiet places for deep thought, while others fill their spaces with visual inspiration, books, art, notes. They also surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking, not those who always agree. Steve Jobs was known for engaging in long, deep discussions, even over small details. These weren't wastes of time, but thinking exercises. Geniuses create intellectual battlefields where big ideas can grow. The eighth secret. They build habits of long-term thinking. Geniuses don't think just for today. They project their ideas far into the future. They consider the long-term impact of a concept, a system, or an innovation, even when others can't see it yet. They don't look for instant results. They plant, nurture, and wait for a meaningful harvest. One of the best examples is Leonardo da Vinci. Many of his ideas, like the helicopter and tank, were never built in his lifetime. But centuries later, the world caught up to his genius. This proves that true intelligence isn't limited by time. It lives in vision and the belief that big ideas take time to mature. The ninth secret. They take care of their physical and mental health. Surprisingly, many geniuses are very attentive to their bodies and minds. They know the brain doesn't work well when the body is exhausted or the spirit is disturbed. Charles Darwin took long walks every day. Nikola Tesla had strict sleep patterns and avoided stress. Many great thinkers practiced light exercise, meditation, or daily reflection. This isn't just healthy living. It's a way to keep their intelligence engine sharp. And finally, the 10th secret. They never stop learning. Geniuses are lifelong students. They read, listen, watch, and engage in deep discussions. They are never satisfied with what they already know. They understand that knowledge is like an ocean, vast and endless, and they're just one small vessel on it. They don't learn for titles. They learn for understanding. They don't learn to look smart. They learn to create. In conclusion, genius is not the result of luck or birthright. It's the product of mindset, lifestyle, and daily habits. Anyone can be exceptional if they are willing to reshape how they think and live. If this opened your mind, imagine what's next. And as we close this journey, take a moment to reflect on one powerful truth. Genius is not reserved for a chosen few. It's not fate, not magic, and not a matter of bloodline. Genius is built through small, consistent choices. How we think when we face challenges, how we manage our sleep, what we read, the questions we ask. Genius isn't just about a high IQ. It's about a hunger to understand, a fire to question everything, the patience to wait for results no one else can see. Look around. The world was shaped by those who dared to think differently, not to rebel for the sake of rebellion, but to find a better direction. We don't lack information today. We lack deep thinkers. And if you feel ordinary right now, remember, every extraordinary mind once felt ordinary too. Start today, not tomorrow. Learn something new. Write down the idea you think is crazy. Question one thing you've always assumed to be true. Challenge one habit that's been holding you back. That's where genius begins. Inch by inch, choice by choice. And if this video lit a spark in you, a part of you that wants to grow, learn, and create, don't let it stop here. Share it, spread it. Let it be the beginning of something greater for you and for others. Click like if you feel inspired, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more content that challenges the way we think. Because in a world that moves fast and grows louder, the voices of true thinkers are the light that leads the way forward.